Welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a man who is currently recording this episode from an abandoned cabin in the woods. That's a mouthful. It's Nathan Leahy.
Hello. I always wonder how you're going to introduce me, and you never disappoint, sir.
And I'm not editing that again. That's always a mouthful, man, because I never have I never have a plan, because you know me, you've known me for many years. I think if you go in with something, it sounds rehearsed.
Yeah,
but
plans are overrated, and if you go in there and you mess it up, then you're hard on yourself. You're like, I didn't stick to the plan. What was I thinking? Just roll with it.
Yeah, don't even try. So if you mess up, it's no big deal.
Well, and we were talking about, me playing D&D earlier. Everyone's like, with the Dungeon Master, you got to be like everything set up. It was like, no, you just fly by the seat of your pants. Those are the best sessions right there. You don't have a plan. You have a general idea, and you just let things happen.
Hey, could Azazel be a good D&D character?
Oh, yes, 110%. That'd be fantastic. I was actually, when I watched this the other night, I was thinking, I was like, are there any monsters in this game that are like that just like go through touch or some other way? And yeah, that'd be a phenomenal like big bad guy that they have to deal with for like a whole storyline, because it could be anyone at any point.
Oh, I love it. And man, I gotta tell you, what I really like about this movie, it's directed by Gregory Hoblit, who also did Primal Fear and Frequency.
Oh, I love Primal Fear.
Exactly. And what I like about those movies are they're PG-13, R-rated movies for, like, they're just more mature, grounded films. And I like they're just in and out. They tell a story. There might be a little bit of a twist. They tug at some heartstrings with the father-son thing and Frequency. And they were just fun movies that were released between the, late 90s and early 2000s. And for some reason, Fallen, you recommended this movie to me. But
I love it.
I think what it does is, I mean, this came out in 98, and I was immediately obsessed with Time is on my side. That is built into your memory. Elias Koteas, we're continuing our Koteas film series.
Let's keep doing it. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I like any movie he is in. I actually think that's why I watched this movie to begin with. Is I remember seeing the trailer. I was like, oh, what's going on here? And I saw him. I was like, Casey Jones. Well, now I got to watch it. And yeah, he is so great in this movie. For the little amount of time that he is in it, he just sets the tone, and it just rolls and rolls. And one thing that I saw when looking into this, as far as how they did it, is after, like, they filmed the majority of his stuff first and caught that performance. And anyone else in the movie that was going to be possessed by Azazel had to study and watch his performance and mimic it. Well, not mimic it, but like do their best they could to, take on that persona. And what a fun job that would be as an actor, just to be like, hey, this is your character, you're gonna be playing a demon, but you're not gonna do it. You have to look at this guy and try to recreate what he's doing. As great as that performance was. And man, that just seems like it'd be so fun.
And I love too, this is one of those performances where you get a lot of bang for your buck. He was in there maybe a week or two, and everyone talks about him the entire movie. So even though it's Azazel, it's not the character of Reese, who let's see, I have his full name here. Edgar Reese. So it's not him, but every time you hear Azazel, you just think of him. And then the tapes are playing, and that's the best type. Like, I would love it if, all right, let's say I write you a role, Nathan, where you're in the movie for 7 minutes, but during the movie, they're like, man, where's Chuck Finley at? That Chuck Finley is one mad dude. Yo, you better watch out for Chuck Finley. Man, I met Chuck Finley once. He blew off my leg. It grew back, but I met him. And just everyone's talking about you, and then you pop up at the end, and then you're like, hey, guys, I'm Chuck Finley. And then you pull some shenanigans and you get out of there and you live. But the entire movie, people are just talking about Chuck Finley.
Yeah. Man, isn't that such just a smooth thing? Like, watching it again, when you've seen it before and it goes into it and you hear that opening narration from Denzel and you know what's coming, you're just like, oh, this is so, like, for people that don't know, you're just like, oh, this is so good. But it's set up so well and so smooth throughout. When he's talking about things, it's that ambiguous kind of pronouns that he's using. When he's talking about, Hobbs and Reese and everything, it's always he did this or I did that. Even at the end of the movie, he was like, I had him or I thought I had him and he sure as hell thought he had me. And it's just that, oh man, it was so good watching it again, just knowing what it was, but also how it can so easily trick people. by how it's set up and how it's narrated. It's, oh man, it's so good. I love it so much.
And I love it too. Is I want to tell you about the time I almost died. That's
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's smart. And I think this movie also rewards repeat viewings. So you have the cat. You know that a cat can be possessed. You know it's passed along by touch. You know some people can't have it passed on to them by touch.
That's one thing that I forgot, because it's been a while since I've seen the movie, and the whole thing of like when they were translating the Aramaic that he was saying, and he was like, I can't enter you by touch, but I can enter you another way, and I can do this to you and do that. And I was like, oh, I forgot about that. Right. Because when he touched and I was watching, I was like, why didn't he just enter him then? Or is it just the game that was going on? And then it clicked of oh yeah, that's right, he couldn't. And that leads into, Embeth Davidtz saying that, there are people there to battle them and that have specific protections and everything else. And it's, is a really, really, really cool thing. And seeing the little things you catch, like that first time when he goes to the cabin, you see the cat. It's just that throwaway thing, but the cat runs across and dives under the house. And it's just something so quick that you forget it.
You got to look, right? You got to pay attention.
The other thing that I loved is looking at Elias Koteas' performance as Reese and just the gestures and things that he was doing. And in particular, the gesture that he made with his left hand, it was almost like the shocker, but it was the ring finger that would do that. You see everyone do it that is possessed by Azazel. Gandolfini does it when he's talking to Denzel. And I'm pretty sure that Goodman does it at the end a couple times when he's talking and doing stuff. But just that little thing that they all kept into the character just, makes it even more believable that this thing is going from person to person, how they talk, their mannerisms. It's just,
and I love how
really good everyone.
They talk about Reese being ambidextrous. So he knows that he was one hand at one time, but then he got taken over and he switched hands. It's an interesting pickup, and it's just a movie that awards watching. Now I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I have a rough estimate. There's one scene in a crowd that you can't quite get a full grasp on.
Oh, jeez.
I have a number. How many times did Azazel pass along to different people? How many people? Or I'm just going to say passing. How many?
How many did he enter? Oh, man, that's a hard thing to do, because there were three scenes in particular, at the very beginning when he's going from person to person to person to person when he finally gets out as the guard. And then when he's talking to Hobbs that first time and he keeps backing away and giving him the eyes. And then the very end when he's trying to catch Embeth Davidtz' character. Oh, geez. You know what? I'm gonna say solid 69, Bob.
I got 44. 44.
Oh, dang. I thought I was shooting high, but why not? 44. Wow. I want to go back and count them now. That's awesome.
I just thought it was fun. That's the little things we bring to the MFF podcast here. And also, another thing that we really haven't gotten into, and I researched this as well. So does Azazel just enjoy taking over innocents' bodies and collecting 20 murders at a time, going through history and murdering? But why hasn't Azazel, or who says he hasn't, gone into a world leader's body? Does that make sense? Get into someone. If Azazel wants the world to end, Azazel was thrown down into the world. And quick question: what do you like better, Gerard Butler's 2019 film Angel Has Fallen, or 1998's Fallen? Which one do you like better?
Fallen. Let's go original. Go original.
But why hasn't he or she? I mean, I read about the demon here in kind of let's see, what's the history? So Azazel in Jewish legends, a demon or evil spirit to whom in the ancient rite of Yom Kippur, a scapegoat was sent bearing the sins of the Jewish people. 2 male goats were chosen for the ritual, one designated by lots for the Lord and other for Azazel. The ritual was carried out by the high priest in the second temple and is described in the Mishnah. After the high priest symbolically transferred all the sins of the Jewish people to the scapegoat, the goat destined for Azazel was driven into the wilderness and cast over a precipice to its death. Azazel was the personification of uncleanliness and described as a fallen angel. So and also they say that he's a leader of rebellious angels as seen in the book of Enoch. He leads the priest-flood civilizations of men, giants, and all manners of warfare and witchcraft. And then they say, once beautiful and now a fallen serpent or carrion bird, Azazel tried to corrupt humanity. So it describes him as having a red appearance like a demon with yellow eyes and wearing goat skulls. So I like the backup of this, but why does it just enjoy? I mean, why is it? Is there a bigger world out there? I know that Embeth's Davidtz is from Army of Darkness, and I'm just talking about Chuck Finley,
Bruce
Campbell.
Yeah.
Why is it not going for bigger? Why is it not bigger, better? Like, this is never really answered, but what do you think?
I think, well, number one, in the description you gave, I love it, and I think it's even funnier that he was the unclean and the just like cleanliness was it? I forgot how you said it.
Just a dirty, gross thing scapegoat.
But look at Reese. How dirty he looked in that movie, and look at I think the guy's name was John, one of the first guys that he possessed and did the killing. He had they mentioned that his teeth were all rotten and that some of his teeth were had fallen out into the cereal. People he was for the most part possessing were kind of just run down and looking rough and dirty. So that's kind of funny that in that description there was the whole unclean thing. But anyways, as far as why does he not go bigger, why doesn't he hop into a world leader and throw off a nuke? I think because he goes into it at the when he near the end after the teacher is shot by Hobbs and he possesses that girl, and he's just like, I'm not done having fun yet. It's such a game to him, and more so than him just bringing death and destruction, which I'm sure he just completely relishes in. It is terrorizing, corrupting, and just breaking a human spirit, especially someone like Hobbs, which is someone that is kind of innately protected against him and one of these people that could be put on this earth to specifically fight against him. So as far as, they mentioned in there that, fallen angel here to bring about the destruction of the world and of man. But I think, he's pretty much immortal. He's in it for the long game. And you could take a nuke and fire it off, but where's the fun in that?
Yeah, it's almost time is on his side, right?
Time's on his side, exactly.
It's almost easier to get the masses, blow them up, or set off a dirty bomb, or do this or that. And who says that Azazel hasn't? But to break down one person, to take what's theirs over a slow period of time, to watch that destruction, for a total sicko, that seems better.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. Just, you could kill, you could take a Tommy gun and kill how many people, or you could, be that sly, just filthy person that breaks them down mentally, physically, emotionally, and even spiritually. They mentioned a lot that Reese had a respect for Hobbs in there, whether it was because of his mind, because of his determination. Reese was doing all of this stuff, all these killings and doing a pattern, and he was caught. And he was found by Hobbs, so that could have proved his worth as a person or whoever to Azazel. And I think he just relishes in taking the strongest amongst the humans and the mortals and breaking them down and doing what he needs to do. That's his own form of kind of punishment and how he can bring down the world.
Jeez Louise. That's some deep stuff, man. I love it.
Hey man, I got all this this big overarching things running through my head. How can I make the best storyline? But I really do think it is. Those are some of the best villains in any stories that you look at. The ones that are super smart, the ones that are patient, the ones that are calculating, the ones that do want to hurt someone, the hero or someone they care about, but not just physically. They don't just want to break his finger. They want to break his finger. They want to break the finger of the person he loves. They want to do all of this stuff to just wear them down to nothing and take every ounce of pain that they can get out of them, and then they'll kill them.
Wow. And you know what's interesting is, so this Azazel wants to take Hobbs, John Hobbs, and I read this, the name John Hobbs is based on two philosophers. So you have Thomas Hobbes and John Locke. So,
yeah, I saw that.
Hobbes thought men were evil, and Locke thought that they were rational creatures. So I kind of dig that name back and forth. This is also, the commentary is fun too, but this is also an IMDb where the writer got the idea for this movie because of the trickle effect that could happen. So if there's someone who's angry walking down the street, they're just pissed off about something, they bump into somebody, that somebody's coffee spills. They're pissed off, but their coffee hits somebody else. That person has coffee hit them. Then they're pissed off. It's a trickle effect. So he saw that one day, and it got him thinking about Azazel passing along to one or the other, just kind of moving the curse through to these people, moving the anger towards them. And I thought that was a really interesting kind of thing to tackle. And I know this sounds bad, but you and we've worked with thousands of people at conventions.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it just takes one. It takes one person.
Oh, so man, absolutely.
There will be a line of 1,000 people, 200 people, One person goes in through a door that he shouldn't, people follow. That adds to anger. One person cuts in a line, that gets that person, that person, that person, that person. It's a trickle-down effect. When I was a bouncer at a bar, I knew that if you break up a fight immediately, it won't spread. Because you isolate it and people's beers don't get bumped. Someone's boyfriend doesn't get whacked, someone's girlfriend doesn't get whacked, and then they want to retaliate. So I thought that was a really interesting concept to create this movie. And another thing I love is I recently covered a movie called Session 9, which really affected me when I watched it in 2001. And so did Fallen, just the way it passes, the cavalier nature of Azazel, how mean this thing was, how it relished death. But in 2000, in Session 9, and I apologize if you haven't seen it, but there's this thing called Simon, and whatever, I'm just going to tell you. But Simon...
Everyone take your earphones off if you plan to watch this.
Simon in Session 9...
skip ahead.
It's one of my favorite horror movies because this Simon, it goes after the weak. And so it just... That gives me goosebumps. It just targets... It's this spirit, malevolent... I guess that's the right word. Spirit that just... It doesn't go after the strong. It gets in the weak. And that's such a really interesting thing, whereas this one wants to break down the strong. I think it's just two difference of two totally things that really, like, I got goosebumps all over myself right now. But it's, I don't know. I think this movie, it only has about a 40% Rotten Tomatoes score. It only made $25 million in 1998, which is kind of a big ask. And also this movie, this is a kind of a crime noir. I love the cinematography. It's in shadows. A lot of single light sources. You watch it. Sorry to interrupt, man. But a lot of the stuff that's lit, it's one light source. And it's very 1940s good man versus bad person vibe. So R-rated. So I guess you wouldn't expect this to be a hit, would you?
I think saying that it was only 40% on Rotten Tomatoes, like, that is shocking to me, because like if you like it's such a good movie. It's not super slow. It keeps you engaged. There's enough in there that will kind of pique your interest and be like, man, this is really good. Even just looking at, the cinematography, how it's shot whenever Azazel is kind of in that first person, and how they change the techniques and how it looks. Like, it's so good. And that shocks me. That shocks me. I don't know why it didn't do better. I mean, I think a lot of it comes down to, how the trailer is set up. I wish I would have rewatched the trailer, but, a lot of times that can make or break someone's interest right away. So perhaps that is if they just saw it as another, cop catches bad guy somehow keeps, instigating cop, and they're like, oh, we've seen that a million times. I don't want to see it. I like Denzel, but I'm not in the mood for that. But, I don't know. It was fun to see all the tags that this had on IMDb, because I think it had horror, it had cop, it had drama, it had thriller, I think it had mystery. It just had a long line of stuff. So it seems like it would appeal to a lot of people. But I don't know. If anyone is watching this and they're just like, oh, I've fallen, I like the podcast, never heard of the movie, I want to hear more about it, go watch it. Just go watch it. Stop, hit pause right now, go watch it. You won't regret it. It's a good ride. It's got, the connection between Hobbs and his brother in it is really interesting, and what happens to him, and just seeing how it affects Hobbs, and, him still pushing through just shows the strength of his character and everything else. But and how Mark described it, the idea of it, that anger or evil or anything else, how it's passed on. I think when I read it, it said how it can be passed off like a virus, or, how evil can be contagious. And it's, it also reminds me of kind of 28 Days Later, because that was the virus, that was the, the anger virus that, went through blood and everything else, and how that affected everything. And, I see some similarities there, just with, again, how this little thing can affect people, and how the evil can spread so easily.
And I think another thing that what killed this movie, it got released in the dumping grounds of January. And this is when Titanic was still just destroying things, just destroying movies. So it probably got in, it was swamped by other movies, and just got kind of lost in the shuffle of the time. And also, man, like 98, like let's see, since it came out so early, I'm just going to look at 1997 movies just to give us a vibe of where we were. So
I don't think there's I don't think there's anything that would have really like taken away from it, because if you look at the cast, I mean, what a great setup of people. You got Denzel Washington.
Dude,
you
was
had
at his
John
peak.
Goodman.
He was at his peak,
yeah,
right? He was huge.
Absolutely. You have John Goodman, who's always great in whatever he's in. You have James Gandolfini. You have Donald Sutherland, and even Embeth Davidtz was doing a lot around the time too. Like you have a solid grouping of people. It seems like it would appeal out to a wide range.
So let's see. I'm gonna look. But before we, so I'm researching this. I want to ask you a question. What would you drink? Beck's, Guinness, Bass, Bud Ice, Bud Dry, or Budweiser?
Oh God!
And the reason I ask is because James Gandolfini's character in this film, he's eating a turkey leg during a scene, which I adore. But he's in a bar and Denzel comes to talk to him in a scene that maybe could have been cut, but I like it. Where he's talking about being a cop, Denzel, and the detective, and how 99% could be good, and it's a long speech with John Goodman.
And do you like cream? Do you take stuff under the table, like stuff like that? Yeah, which definitely gives a nice little like kind of encompassing of his character when they delve into that. Like, how easily can you be corrupted? How easily do you give in or take for yourself? Which, yeah, now that we're talking about it, really gives a nice little stick to his character overall.
I mean, I'm going Guinness all day. What are you taking?
I'm not a big fan of Guinness. I tried Guinness, the dark beers don't do me. So Guinness, if there's a Guinness Blonde, I'll drink the Guinness Blonde. I don't know, man. I'd probably just stay with Budweiser.
Budweiser?
Yeah, I think it'd probably be me. Right. Given the choice of those, yeah, I'd probably just stick with that.
I love a good cold Guinness, man. They're only like 5% alcohol. Nice and nitro. Yeah, they go down. They're not that stouty. They're nitro. They go down really easy. You want to hear the best? I'm gonna tell you something pretentious. The best Guinness I ever had was in Belfast. And I went back there another time to go get the beer from the same place. And the bartenders remembered us. And I had to get my Guinness.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Pretentious, but I love it.
Now, did they remember you with good memories, or did you just like get completely blasted and like break a window?
Oh, no, they threw me out. What?
Like, it's the American. Get him out of here.
But yeah, so like at the time, like Good Will Hunting came out, which was still hitting hard. Scream 2, which was a blockbuster. Then they had Titanic was crushing people. Tomorrow Never Dies, As Good as It Gets, was still running hard in theaters. So I think, Postman flopped. But I think, yeah, just right when it came around there, theaters were packed. I think there were other movies people were watching.
Just got looked over.
And it kind of sucks that I got dumped in January, because that's the kind of dumping ground. So the studio must not have had too much faith in this movie, which is odd considering it's a Denzel picture, and he draws.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what would be interesting? Did you hear about the other cut of the movie that a fan made?
No, what?
So I was looking at this. There is, I think it's on YouTube, but there's a fan cut version of this movie that's just entitled Azazel, and they cut out all of the narration.
Oh.
So all of Denzel's narration. So at the very beginning, he's just running through. All the music is going along, and then he dies, and then it goes through everything else. So all the little hints and things going in, and the perspectives and what's going on is not there. So It almost makes it an entirely different movie. So let's say, how do you think it would do now if like that version was released back in theaters? Do you think that would draw a crowd?
Man, I just think R-rated movies right now that are original properties, they just don't last long.
Yeah.
These movies don't hit. I think it would be more appreciated, more sophisticated. I guess if you're talking about this movie, okay. What would that movie do? So it did $25 million back then. And nowadays when it comes out, it's Denzel, so it would open to, let's see, it would open to 16 million opening.
Now it's vintage Denzel. There's that throwback Denzel. So people are going to be like, ooh, this is something it's young man Denzel. I'll go watch women would go watch it just for that.
I was thinking if it was now, they made it now and released it.
Yeah, let's say they're like, oh, we found this, or even if you think they just completely remade the whole movie and recast it, do you think it would draw more of a crowd today than it did back then? Yeah. I mean, everything's getting remade now.
Yeah, I think it would, because it's a great idea. It's a good idea.
Get Jordan Peele after Candyman is done, hop in on Fallen, redo Fallen.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
But then you got to find the perfect
Jonathan Majors. So Jonathan Majors, he was in The Five Bloods, and he's in The Last Black Man in San Francisco. He's really good.
Yeah?
Yeah. But you know what's interesting? Ebert, when he was talking about this movie, he said he wishes that someone other than Denzel would have been cast because Denzel has this inherent decency to him. He said that during the noirish scenes, he wanted someone a little bit more rough around the edges, someone a little more Harry Lime, a little more noir.
Like someone that could have been corrupted or could have been swayed a little bit?
I just think who has more of who seems less good, I guess, or more, they can put,
okay.
So, I think Lawrence Fishburne could have crushed it. And if you just think about Keanu Reeves smoking the cigarette and then blowing it into the spider and welcome to my world. Something like that. Fishburne, I think, could have been really solid in the, listen, I love Denzel. I wouldn't replace him. I wouldn't. Mm-hmm. This is more of a hypothetical. Yeah. But I think Lawrence, Fishburne, I think he can pull off that noir-esque vibe, that,
oh, yeah, I definitely think he could.
And I'm on the case, and I got shook. A dame walked into my room. I think he could really crush that.
I think it'd be good. I think that with everything that goes into the movie they talk about, and just the kind of going back to their people that are put here to battle these demons, and they are just these good people, these inherent, just there's nothing, wrong, bad about them.
Well,
they're on a straight line. They can't be. Yeah.
But he's all about the work. He's about the work.
He's about the work and the family first, and he's taking care of his brother and his nephew. And that was kind of a throwaway thing that that his brother asked him, if it wasn't for me and the kid, do you think that? And he's like, oh, if she loved me, she would have stayed. And that's all they said about it. But, it is that also, kind of, it makes you wonder, was that the only thing? Was he too dedicated to the job? Was he too dedicated to his brother and taking care of him, and then just she didn't feel there was any room left for her? Was there something else? Ooh, do you think his wife was ever possessed by Azazel?
Well, Azazel had just learned about him. Oh my gosh, that'd be interesting. That's a long game right there.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Man, so Azazel, in the beginning, he has a discussion with Donald Sutherland where he said, this is your 6th, and then he says 8th.
Yeah.
So that was about killers?
That was my guess, because Reese had killed, I can't remember the number of people he had killed, but from right off the bat, this was a bad dude, everyone wanted him dead, so immediately you're serial killer. And for that, that must have been the big cases that he brought in and that he worked on and was able to catch. So again, that works into the whole, this is the good guy, he's gonna get the bad guy, element of it.
I like Donald Sutherland in this movie. I like that they set him up a little bit of a red herring, too, to think that he's the bad boss. But he was always a good boss.
Do you think, because when I was watching it, it always came to my mind, do you think that Azazel ever went into the lieutenant, into Donald Sutherland?
That's a great question. And I've never pondered that.
Because every time I was looking for those little ticks or anything, how he'd said something, I honestly think probably not.
Because Azazel,
I don't think he ever did.
I think you're right, because Azazel, when he takes over somebody, or when the creature takes over somebody, it physically manifests itself. The body language, the singing, the cockiness, it just becomes a jerk. So you don't really witness that in this. You don't witness the same motions. And I don't think Azazel is really a subtle thing. It's a boisterous.
Unless here's the thing. So they were talking about whenever he goes into different beings, he becomes that person. He has all their memories. He keeps their memories and everything they know when he passes on. So if he goes into that person and becomes that person, has their memories, he's going to know how that person acts. He's going to know how that person speaks and everything. So he's the perfect mimic, which is why I think near the end, spoiler alert, anyone who hasn't seen it, pause it now, that John Goodman was able to kind of fool him at the end there, that he was able to play that role of his partner and fool arguably one of the people that knew him best. So I was, again, looking back, I was always thinking that maybe he hopped into Donald Sutherland, but I really don't think it is, based off of, when Azazel was in the precinct and hopping from person to person doing all these things, that was the little seed planted that it could be anyone. It could be anyone here. And that would get it into Hobbs' head that he really can't trust anyone. So anytime the lieutenant is just doing his job and saying, you need to hand in your weapon, do all this, put it in, it's going in his head. Maybe this is Azazel. But I think he intentionally did that, not ever wanting to go into them, but just, kind of get that paranoia and everything else going on. Because again, this demon has been around for who the hell knows how long.
Yeah.
Knows all the ins and outs, knows all of the plans. Do you think Azazel has ever used the same trap or plan twice?
I think Azazel's gotten cocky.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's so above everyone that it just doesn't. It gets caught at the end. I mean, Hobbs gets it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Almost gets it. Almost died. So it let itself get driven to the middle of nowhere. It never even thought that Denzel or Hobbs would kill himself with a poisoned cigarette. Mm-hmm. So it never played out that variable. And I can see that happening with an ancient deity who is so above people because
it's never been beaten. Yeah. You got to get cocky after all that time and thinking that he knows someone so well. I know you better than you know you. I've been in all these people that know you. So I even had like all the information better than you know yourself. So yeah, that's, cockiness 100%. But I think that with all the elaborate schemes that he sets up and the people he tries to fool with them, like each mark is different, right?
Yeah.
He has to try and tactic. And also with the fun aspect of it, he's not going to do the same thing twice. Where's the fun in that? I already did that. I had fun with this guy. I made him kill himself. I killed his family. I did all this. I want to try a different way. See if I can do that.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. It's probably not the same boring pattern. It's just going by the seat of its non-existent pants.
It's ever-changing pants.
I do think Azazel's going to really have to reconsider its tactics after this because while playing the long game with Hobbs was busy finding all the information he needed to learn who it was. And you had her Greta Milano's dad went to the remember the what was the hint? I have it written down here. Oh, space between Lions and Spakowski.
Yeah.
But
why is there space between Lions and Spakowski?
Spakowski. Where's Spakowski? Spakowski. Now, so seems like a name that you yell in a police station. But while he was playing the long game, Hobbs was out there getting the information. So while it was just having fun, it didn't take it seriously, and because it almost
underestimated him 100%. Yeah.
So it's really going to have to reconsider its tactics after this because. You know what's interesting, too, is the people they cast. The casting couch must have been interesting for this because they brought in the first actor who was, Charles, played by Robert Joy. And then the rest of the people that it takes over are... You can't just find... It's interesting. They go for... They had to cast someone, I guess, who has menace. The first guy has that look, the kind of creepy look. Mm-hmm. Another interesting casting couch, just pulling in people for Azazel. I don't know. You thought that was interesting because it went after different kind of. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I think that just kind of broadens the horizon and makes it that much scary. That if it keeps going for like the big burly guys or anything else that just like look like they're gonna be this evil person, and then yet there's the woman with all the furs, and then there's the girl at the end that I think he liked her. He stuck around in her.
He did like her.
I think pretty much other than Reese, who he was in forever to do all the killings, I think he stayed in her the longest. And why do you think that is? Why do you think that is, Mark? Why do you think he liked that body, that persona more so than the others?
What are those movies where isn't it like Pokemon where you can team up with a certain monster that you love and you can telepathically love each other? I think it got in this thing and sensed, I like this person. I like this. There's a darkness here. I can play with this.
Ooh, do you think there was something like that she had done or that she had inside her in her memories that he just related to? And he was like, oh, this is my person. This is my person.
I would say so. He knows exactly what's in it. Maybe, this thing is unhealthy. It's dirty. It's gross. It probably doesn't, it probably wouldn't enjoy being in a Denzel. In a Hobbs.
Or do you think it tries to hang out in those bright lights to like snuff it out little by little? If it takes over that person, then they're not going to be able to continue to do the good deeds or influence others. He in fact cuts off that lifeline to make others better by doing the bad things in them. That's actually good, because if you think the only thing they talk about Reese beforehand is that before all this stuff going on is he played baseball, and he was trying to be I don't know if he was trying to go pro or anything, but he was the righty, and then now all of a sudden he's a left hand. Do you think that Reese was going to be a good person, and then Azazel just singled him out and said, "Oh no, I don't think so. You're gonna do all these horrible things."
Oh wow! So Saul Reese was on the upward climb.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense. But I think so, but I do also think that, I mean, if you're a bog demon, you hang out in the bog a lot. You don't want to go into a clean place. You like the bog, so maybe you wreck somebody's life. You drive them to where they're at, and then you go hang out in a gross person for a few days. Right?
Get all that clean off me. I don't like it anymore. Yeah, give me a big bog bath.
give me a Bud Dry.
I need to sit in the sinful person for a while, wash that goodness off of me. It's like coming home.
I love it. All right, hey, so how about this? Let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, we will talk more Fallen. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. And Nathan, I have a fun draft that we're going to do.
Oh no, I've been dreading this. This is so hard. Yeah, lay it on me, man.
And I want everyone to know. Normally, when I do these drafts, I make it up on during the break, and I just think of an actor, and I'm like, let's do it. This time, I just figured there would be too much umming and ahhing, and you scrolling through Google too much. So I give you a heads up. So we are going to do a draft where. Oh wait, real quick. William Francis had a question. I want to answer this. This is from Facebook.
Oh yeah.
He put, was time actually on his side? And then he put, where did the bunny go at the end of the movie? It was a bunny, right? Or a squirrel? I don't remember. So, time was on his side, correct?
Absolutely. How could it not be? He had all the time in the world. You have an immortal fallen demon that can live on through any person. That is, what is it? He lives on out of the body for a breath. How long was that? A sixth of a mile. You know how many people are in a sixth of a mile these days? He's not going anywhere. Time is absolutely on his side.
Oh yeah, what's the word for it? So I'm looking this up right now. It is, oh man, where'd it go? People on Earth try to fight him. 500 cubits.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, sixth of a mile. I love that. So yeah, time was on his side. Hey, what song was he singing before Time is on My Side?
Ooh, geez. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Postman. Hey, I don't know. It's the first thing that came to my head.
It's just singing new songs.
Yeah, maybe he was like a postal killer. Maybe he started. Maybe he did the Anthrax before Anthrax was cool. You know.
I like it. So yeah, he was just jamming out to that. And then what's that one song? Man, I couldn't stop, so I swerved to the right. I'll never forget. Like about that lady who died.
Oh, God. Oh, jeez.
Imagine him singing that. Pearl Jam did a cover, but I forget the band who did it.
Oh, where, come on, baby, Lord, away from me.
Because I did it. I was driving the car.
There you go. They didn't come to hear us sing. Let's get to the good stuff.
She's gone to heaven, so I got to be good. So I can see my baby when I leave
this world. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, what? There's something sick with me, Nathan, because when you said people don't want to hear us sing, I started singing more.
You know what's going to happen? We're just going to ditch the draft, and we're going to sing, and then you're going to have them vote on that.
Oh, I love it. And then we can do, Cats in the Cradle and the Silver Spoon, Little Boy Blue and the Man on the Moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when. We'll get together then.
And then it goes right into Crash Test Dummies. Okay.
I hurt myself today. All right. To see if I still feel. All right.
You know what? I have a new song. I have a new one. So before, I don't know if it'll. Oh God, what are you doing? Before Rolling Stones. When did Dion and the Belmonts come out? Was that before Rolling Stones? I'm gonna say Run Around Sue. That's gonna be my final answer.
Oh, I like that song. Man,
Me too. I love it.
I used to do. Oh wait, no. I used to do. Imagine me and you and me. I was on a bus in Washington D.C. around 2004, and it was a packed bus. I was at this thing. I don't know, some college thing, and my brother was in the front. I was in the back, and it was a late night. We were coming back from some places, and my brother just got up in a packed bus. And I don't know what got in his mind because I've never seen him do it before, but he got up and started going, imagine me and you and me. Then I'm in the back of the bus, and I was like, no matter how they toss and dice. And then the entire bus broke
Started
out.
doing it.
But the problem is, it was a long bus ride, and after that first song, everyone was all hyped, and then everyone just went, kind of like lowered the morale after the
Now,
song.
did you or did you not just watch Ernest Goes to Camp before
that's every
night
day.
happened?
That's every day.
That's every day.
Yeah. And then I also, gee, I'm glad it's raining.
Oh,
that's what he was singing, the Ernest song before that.
Absolutely.
I'm scared,
Singing
Sarge.
to his little turtle. Yeah.
I'm scared, Sarge. Yeah, we're all scared, Sarge.
That's such a goofy freaking movie. Oh my God. God bless Ernest Goes to Camp.
Oh man.
Dude, I know in the last one, we did TMNT and I was like, man, that's the movie that I watched like above anyone else. I think Ernest Goes to Camp and Ernest Goes to Jail were like 2 and 3 for my childhood, just like watching it on loop.
Never do this to a family of badgers. Oh man. I love
bless
that.
him, Barney.
I'm scared, Sarge.
Yeah, we're all scared, Sarge.
And what, like, oh yeah, we're gonna stop the bad guys from coming in, and your genius idea is parachute turtles, like, and they all run, like, oh, it's on my nose, what do I do? Ah, my God, we gotta get out of here. Oh, we're beaten.
It's a great plan. You never expect
how do you combat that?
I bet you Azazel would never expect parachuting turtles.
Well, did he see Ernest Goes to Camp?
Whoa.
Did he like Jim? Was he a Jim Varney fan? Oh God, was Azazel Jim Varney?
No.
Don't you say that. Don't you ruin this for me.
I will hurt you. What if, okay, Azazel is chasing you. You know Azazel's real.
Yes.
It can't get into you, but it can get into other people. You should always carry like a turtle or a worm with you so that Azazel rushes at you. You throw it at him. Carry a sloth with you at all times. And so if Azazel's rushing you, throw the sloth at Azazel, it transfers, the sloth drops, and the person's like, what just happened? I'm like, don't touch that sloth.
That's not going to work out. Everyone's going to try to touch that sloth. You take a nice, cute, adorable sloth and just throw it in the middle of a busy intersection. You think people are going to leave and go, no, don't touch it. They're going to say, we have to save it. We have to get this thing. Man, it would have a prime choice of like 19 people to hop into with the amount of hands are going to go towards that sloth.
All right. So,
same with turtles. How many people save a turtle if a turtle's trying to go across a busy road?
yeah,
How many
right.
people would pull over and be like, oh, I have to save this turtle. We can't watch this turtle get decimated.
Do not touch that puppy. Oh, man. Let's see. What would people not touch? Well, I'm a Scoby duck.
I'm a Scoby duck.
Why are you carrying ducks with you? Oh, gosh.
What is an animal that everyone hates? Let's see.
Earthworm? Just keep it in a nice, you know what I mean?
A hissing cockroach.
Yes, hissing cockroach.
Everyone
Don't squish it,
runs
but everyone would want
oh,
to squish it, and then it would get out.
But if they did squish it, you're not going to do it with your foot. You don't want to get all that stuff on your foot. You'll use something else. Do you think if they used like a newspaper and like slammed the thing and they took a briefcase and just like slammed it on it, it touches the briefcase. If it touches the briefcase and you're touching the briefcase, is it going to like conduit through the item that you're using it to get to you?
Wow, I don't know. Maybe not.
So
I don't think so.
Let's say Hobbs didn't shoot Goodman at the end. Let's say he had like a piece of rebar and just started beating him with it. Do you think that because he hit him with the rebar, he'd be able to get, well, not Hobbs because he can't get in through him through touch, but do you think if someone else hit him with rebar, or if Embeth Davidtz had a glass bottle and she slammed him on the head when he was chasing her, do you think it would have gone through the bottle into her?
No, because that means it would. I don't think so, because the bottle's inanimate, so it couldn't transfer into the bottle. But I like it. Imagine that. I mean, if you hit him with James Remar and not rebar, then that would do it. Right? What do you think? Do you think it could go through rebar?
I don't know. I'm trying to think now if he ever got hit with something.
I would just hit him with Tabasco sauce and put it in my cabinet, and I'm set.
Well, she hopped in the cab to get away, and then he's sitting there trying to get in. So if he was able to go through objects, yeah, he would have just gone through the door or the window or the cab itself into her. So Yeah, problem solved.
I solved it.
Beat Azazel with an inanimate object. You're free.
I solved it. Here it is.
Do you think that Kathy Bates in Misery would have been able to beat Azazel because she just would have hobbled his legs and kept him strapped to that bed, and then she could have just gotten away? He would have died there of starvation or anything else, and
that was Azazel.
Left him in the middle. Do I?
Wasn't she Azazel?
I don't know.
That's a great question, but how'd she get him in the house without getting passed on to Azazel?
Yeah, you got me. It's done. Can't do it. Yeah, she grabbed him out of the car and brought him in there.
Here's the idea.
So yeah, Kathy Bates is Azazel. There you go.
He is running at you. You throw a hamster at him. Boop. Hits the hamster. Transfers the hamster. You put a cage over it. You put it in the cage. And then you just keep it in the cage. Put a little thing in there. Put a little rolling thing it can run on. And just it's immortal, correct? Oh, if the thing dies, it can leave.
Then he gets out. You're also assuming that it doesn't have a choice of whatever it touches that it goes into automatically. I mean,
yeah. But I guess, now, let's say if it touches the thing, it's in it. That's the problem with Azazel. I don't think that is the case because he was in Reese forever and that girl forever. Well, let's say it gets stuck in this hamster. You just keep dropping a new hamster, younger hamster in it. So for years, you're just switching out hamsters.
He's gonna commit suicide. He's gonna go around in the
get stuck
wheel and then jump out, and as it's going, like jump on top of it, so where his head just like cracks in between the thing, and he can get out.
I'll pat it and I'll put him a little straitjacket.
Azazel's resourceful. I think he'll drink himself to death. He'll just keep drinking water until he just overhydrates himself and dies. He'll drown himself. He'll get water. He'll get enough water, like out of the little bottle, and then just breathe it in, and he'll die.
I mean, they'll still give me enough time to get away while it's chugging water.
Can you run a sixth of a mile by the time this hamster is going to kill him, drown himself in water?
Whoa, yeah. You could find...
There's your next BS article. How fast can Denzel Washington run in Fallen to be able to get 1/6 of a mile away from a drowning hamster?
What's the way to kill the Azazel in Fallen? I'm writing that article.
There you go.
I love
it. Best way to kill him.
All right, so we had a draft going about 15 minutes ago, but we'll start it here right now. So here we go.
Oh, man. Okay.
We are going to do a draft where we pick characters who left a long-lasting impact with very little screen time. So
before we get in it, I wanted to make a clarification. Is this big impact on the movie or just like big impact in general? Like, oh, I remember that person, but even though he was in it for like 3 minutes, or either or, does it matter?
Both. Whichever way you want.
Man, this is going to make it harder for me. Okay, cool.
All right, so I will let you have the first pick.
Oh, God, you know what I'm going to pick because we talk about it all the time. It's Peter Stormare in Constantine.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
100%.
John Levengood just jumped out of his chair right now and is just swinging his fist. He's so happy that you picked him.
You're welcome, John. Love you, buddy.
Perfect. The gooey feet. There's the mannerisms. I mean, just it's beautiful. Great. And the white suit, correct?
Yes. Oh my God. Man. And I can say 100% he is my favorite part of that movie, and he was in it for what, like 180 seconds?
Yeah. I mean, it's excellent casting.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he does a lot. You're right. He does a lot with little.
Mm. Oh yeah. Love him.
I have so many in here. All right. I'm going to take Jimmy Buffett from The Lost World.
Okay.
Have you seen his cameo in this movie?
No.
So in this movie, he has a cameo, and when the birds attack, he is seen in the background grabbing 2 margaritas and running.
Oh, that's Jimmy Buffett?
Yeah. He's the margarita guy from Lost World. No, yeah, Lost World. Jurassic World.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, okay, got it now.
Yeah, so he...
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and also Stormare's he gets killed from the compies in Jurassic World, too. Oh, no, Lost World. He goes off for a pee and gets murdered by compies. But yeah, so Jimmy Buffett, Jurassic World margarita guy. That just makes me happy because so many people have written about him.
Oh yeah.
He's not on screen long, but people know him, so I'm going with that.
Oh, I remember that coming out right away. They're like, watch this dude. Like he had his priorities straight. He had his margaritas in hand. Okay, cool. We're doing 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, jeez. I'm going McConaughey, Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's such a great role. I'm a big fan of his. I just bought that Long Branch whiskey of his where it's wild turkey aged on
I need to try it.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's nice and mellow. It's a good $30 bottle. It's nice. It's a nice little drinker.
I just like seeing the advertisements like, I've drank a lot of bourbon. I've been getting other people together to make the world's best bourbon.
I call him Bobby Bandito now because of the Instagram post he does where he's like, all right, folks, this is back in March. We're going to have to wear these face masks, so this is what we're going to do. I'm Bobby Bandito, and this is making a face mask with a bandana. And he's on it, man. He calls himself Badass Bobby Bandito, and he makes this cool, he's just telling people wear masks, but you can do it in different ways. You can be creative with it, but he called himself Bobby Bandito. So
just don't be a dick about it and wear nothing.
That's right. So now, So now I'm calling him, now I call him Bobby Bandito with that. All right. So I mean, that's perfect, dude. The scene at the lunch. Okay. You raised it on me here. Now I have to go pick something good here. Let's see. I'm not going to bring up Beatrice Straight, who won an Academy Award, Best Supporting Actress Academy Award for Network. She was only in it for 5 minutes. It made a huge thing. I'm going to pick, she's only in it for about 5 minutes, but I'm going to say Drew Barrymore from Scream.
Okay. Yeah.
Because,
man.
Listen, no one, she was huge in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
You watch that scene, you didn't see that coming. You did not see that coming. And then she's hanging from a tree gutted. Mm-hmm. It's been in my memory forever. And it's a brutal...
Yeah, you don't think about that movie and not think about that. That opening scene set the whole tone for the entire franchise, man.
And you know what's kind of wild is you have the good repartee? Yeah, between the killer and her talking about horror movies. But then when the parents find her and her tongue's out and her guts are slashed, that's brutal. That's a mean kill. So not only is it meta, but it's mean. And you just always have that. Do you like scary movies? Like, it's great conversation. So the popcorn, all that. So I'm going to say my second pick, Drew Barrymore from Scream.
Okay. Third pick for me, because it's so damn unexpected and it's also so damn memorable, just kind of out of character, Matt Damon, Euro Trip.
Oh, I have that on my list. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know the feeling.
I remember going into that movie, my buddy Les from college was like, let's go see this movie. I'm like, why the hell? Because it was right when Road Trip came out and everything else. And you're like, why are we seeing this movie that's been done 9 times? And I was so thrilled that I didn't know what to expect going into it because it was so hilarious. And especially that. I was like, why is Matt Damon in this?
Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. Oh, I love Scotty's Gotta Go. Oh, I love it. I have that song. That's a great cameo. He's done some good, solid cameos in movies like Thor Ragnarok. He was in.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the other one. That might wreck it. This one's going to be weird. I'm going to take yogurt from Spaceballs. Merchandising.
Okay. Yeah.
I got
absolutely.
this. But now whenever I see movies, whenever I see movie merchandise, I just go merchandising. Maybe it's just me.
Merchandising.
And then I got it from a Cracker Jack box, like 4 Schwartz. And then he does that little shaky thing. It's just a weird.
What a world. Spaceballs the flamethrower.
He's not even in it long, and we know all of his lines. He's just merchandising and doing the little shake. So I'm gonna take him. That's my third pick.
That's fantastic. I was trying to think of, you had a horror movie. I'm going to grab a horror movie, like those villains or those monsters or anything that show up just for a bit, but it goes in. And, I settled on Samara from The Ring.
Oh yeah. She's not in it much at all.
Not at all. There's the little videos of her just sitting and staring when she's a kid, or they mention her, they talk about her all the time, but until she shows up in that scene where she just comes out of the friggin' TV, and that last was everyone. Yeah. I thought about that about an hour before I came in. It was good. I was happy about that choice that came up.
No, I mean, listen, if we did the screen time of hers, it's not much. It's in the seconds. It's not much. Yeah, good pick, man. I love that one.
Yeah.
I got a weird one for you.
Bring it up.
I'm gonna take Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in Airplane. Because I was a huge basketball fan, man, and I watched that movie way too young. But my dad says that you can't play defense. Listen, son, you try running back and forth all night and guarding Bill Lambert all night. You try putting 10 plus rebounds down every night, and then he eats the fish and dies. But it's just why is he the pilot, and why are kids calling him out about what their dad says about his defense? It's
because why the hell not?
It is one of the weirdest decisions in a mainstream movie I've ever seen, and I love every second of it. And just him complaining, and I don't know, I love it. So that's why I'm taking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in an Airplane.
There are a couple that can be in that. Wasn't the mom from Leave It to Beaver in it too? Yeah. That she's speaking jive to the two guys. They're like, oh, my belly gonna be bad. Oh.
And they all slap that one lady. They line up and deck her.
Oh, I love it so much. Get a hold of yourself. What are you doing? Get out of here. And then the people has a wrench in the back and like everything is just waiting to beat the crap out of this lady.
Oh, yeah, I love it. And then that one lady, she gets her IV knocked out, and then she does that weird lip thing. Like the guitarist knocks her thing out.
Oh, yeah. And she gets like completely dehydrated and like sucked it. Oh, my God. It's so goofy.
I love it. All right.
Okay.
Your final one here. Your final one.
Oh man, I had a full list because I thought that you were going to get a couple of these on here, so I want to be prepared for all these things. But this is the one that my wife loved the most out of it because very short amount of time on there. I don't think he even has any lines, but it made this whole like subculture, and everyone loved him just because of how he looked in his presence. And that is Boba Fett in Empire Strikes Back.
Oh yeah, man. Designed by Joe Johnston, who went on to direct Captain America, The First Avenger, Willow. No, he designed stuff in Willow. Ron Howard did that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, dude, you can't be Boba.
Not at all. And it's funny, like, she was just like, like, everyone saw him immediately, and they're like, I like that guy, I want to be that guy, I need to find out more about that guy, give me more of that guy.
I've always defended his death, because he's an absolute badass. The one way he dies is Boba Fett, where? Like, that's how Boba Fett would go down. You can't, and he was pretty bulky. I don't know how good good looking he'd be in a fight, but I just love how that's the way to take him down. I love that death, and I defend that death till, well, I guess he got out of there, but that's in the books. So Greg Horn and I talk about this all the time at cons because he did his big Boba Fett piece a couple back of him like climbing out of the Sarlacc pit. The worm down there is like all burnt up and everything, and Slave One is coming in the background to pick him up. His armor is all messed up. But anyways, we usually talk about it at shows when I go help him at cons because people are like, oh, Boba Fett, also thank you for doing this as such a bad way he dies. And I always am just like, the one character that can fly with a jetpack essentially falls into a hole and dies. Like that's the big thing. Like, how can we get this guy death hole? I love it. Write it in. It's perfect.
That was always fun to me.
It's perfect. I don't want Boba Fett going. I like it when people just, that's the way to do it. And that's funny to me. I love it. Oh man. All right. So you took one of my, okay. So, all right. I got but here's some of the people I also had. I had, Peppers from Old School, played by Sean William Scott. Awesome! That is awesome.
Yeah.
That's a classic line. Bill Murray from Zombieland. That's one of the best cameos.
I had a Bill Murray on mine too. If we're going through, I had Bill Murray in Little Shop of Horrors.
I had NPH from Harold and Kumar. I had Ben Stein from Ferris Bueller's Bueller. I had John Turturro from Big Lebowski, Jesus. Doof Warrior from Mad Max Fury Road. Ned Ryerson from Groundhog Day, because he just, hey Ned.
Absolutely.
That name is in the lexicon. Mike Tyson from Hangover.
Bing!
Yeah. Hey! And he kisses him. Mike Tyson from Hangover, because that punch is epic. But I'm going to go with the Black Knight from Monty Python's
nice. Yeah.
I mean, it's only a flesh wound. Like, you can't. That's everywhere.
Absolutely, man. Everywhere. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of cheated a little bit, but whatever. I mean, I
guess
that
works.
I mean, you shall pass. Come on, like, I'll bite your ankle. I'll bite your leg off. I'm fine. Like, come at me, you coward.
Absolutely.
So yeah. So
I'm a little upset because I also had Chris Evans and Scott Pilgrim on there.
Oh.
And I knocked him out because he, like, out of all of the X's, arguably he's the one that just made it was so ridiculous.
I like the vegan police.
It's so fantastic. Oh yeah.
TJ
and, Thomas Jane. Yeah, that would have been a good one too.
I kind of wanted to do Michael Pena from Ant-Man, but I think his character's featured too much. And then I wanted to do his character from Observe and Report, but he's in it too much. And then I wanted to do his character from 30 Minutes or Less, but no one knows that movie, so I didn't add that. And I was thinking about more, but I'm happy with my 5.
Man, so we could have probably done Korg from Ragnarok since we're talking about Ragnarok.
I love Korg. I like that little bug guy too.
Meek.
Oh man, yeah, Meek is dead. Oh hey, he's alive. Oh man. So I have Yogurt from Spaceballs. I have Jimmy Buffett from Jurassic World, the Black Knight from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Drew Barrymore from Scream, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar from Airplane. You have Peter Stormare from Constantine, McSee from Wolf of Wall Street, Matt Damon Eurotrip, Samara the Ring, and Boba Fett Return of Jedi. And you can go.
I love it.
the day after this episode is released, you can go to Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook, and you can vote on the winner.
For the superior team, which is mine.
And I don't get mad if you vote against me. It's totally cool. Vote for your. Don't be swayed. Pick the best team. Pick the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on Airplane. But yeah, so it's it's. But all right, should we get back to Fallen here?
Let's do it.
Man, we went on such an aside there. We're gonna have to get back into this.
Man, we were singing. We were talking about all the BS cameos coming in.
I gotta tell you though, the cinematographer Newton Thomas Siegel, he went on to do Drive, Three Kings, so he did Usual Suspects before this, Apt Pupil. So he's Bryan Singer's guy. He did X-Men, the X-Men movies, and then he went on to do this year The Five Bloods with Spike Lee. So this dude, he's been making pictures for a long time, and I like what they did with this movie. So to come up with the Demon Vision footage in the film, they use a film stock called Ektachrome, which is developed for stills photography. Additionally, the scenes were all shot at 6 frames per second, which is not a lot, and then printed at 24 frames per second, meaning each frame is exposed 4 times. Coupled with camera movements, this technique gives a blurred, streaky quality. A mesmerizer lens was also used, which allows the camera operator to cock the lens degrees to the left or right. So they were able to put the camera at different angles on it because of an adapter, just to add a funky vibe to it.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, man, that stuck with me. I mean, I was 16 when I watched it, and they really did create a neat vibe of that Demon Vision. And I mean,
oh, for sure.
And they did it practically. They did it in camera, which is another thing I really like when movies find a way to get creative with things. And I felt like, I think everything in this movie is basically in camera. And I guess what I like about this movie is there's a movie called The Darkest Hour. I believe the name, or Darkest Hour. It's about Emil Hirsch and some people in Russia, and they're dealing with invisible aliens, and it's just them looking at stuff the entire time. It's just like, what's that? Like, that's it, and you don't see anything. You're like, oh, I guess there's an invisible creature there. But I like how this Azazel is just a form, but you get a feeling of its form, and it's going from person to person, which is really smart. But even when it's out, when it's going to the cat, when it's switching forms, when it's moving, it's invisible, but you can see it. They did a very practical and good job. So it's not just people looking like, oh, is there a demon in here? Like, oh, where is it? Like, they manifest itself, and it's a good way to do it.
Yeah, it's also really ominous with how they do it. Like when you're following Hobbs or anyone else going around doing things, and all of a sudden it switches over to that, and it's looking directly at him or someone else. Like, it's just like, oh, it's that kind of, oh shit moment that, oh, wait, he's here. Where is he? Who's he in now? And it's really great. And one thing that was really funny is, we were talking earlier about all the tags that I had on IMDb, and I'm fairly certain I had horror on there too, but there aren't any it's not really a scary movie. Like, no. It's creepy. It's nice. It's got a good vibe to it. But there is that one gotcha moment when he's in the cabin. When he goes the first time and he's looking around and he finds it and the ceiling taps in. Do you know that was not originally? I don't know if you looked it up when you saw it. That wasn't originally in the original screenplay or the first cut.
They just had to chuck it in to give people a jolt to wake them up during the movie.
What happened is they were doing a test screen once they had things going on, and it was right around that moment in the movie, and someone got up to go to the bathroom or do something and opened the door, and when the door slammed shut, everyone because it was so tense, and they were just like, we got to keep it. So they went back and reshot that moment and had the ceiling kind of cave in a little bit to keep that jump. I just thought that was it was such a funny thing. They're sitting there watching, and they're like, ugh, and all of a sudden, yes, we must recreate this every time.
Make people jump.
But make the jump.
Because otherwise, it's just a gumshoe movie, right? I don't know if that's the right word, but he's just kind of doing police work. And I like too when Azazel says this: moments mark your life, 2 parts, before this and after. And he's like, the strong people keep moving forward no matter what they find. So this is Azazel with hindsight talking about Hobbs and how Hobbs just kept moving forward. When Milano's dad, he stopped. He just killed himself.
He didn't have the strength to go through with it. And Hobbs even says that in that beginning thing. I think that Milano was going to come here to do what I'm going to do. He just didn't have it in him, basically.
And I like that. He keeps moving forward. He finds that strength, and it's a neat thing, man. It's a cool demon versus really great detective, and the demon wins, but it was close. And how many stories do you think he tells about people he fought in the past?
Oh, I'm sure as often as he can, he gloats in it, even if it's just telling it to himself. And I think that, between the two, talking about Hobbs and Milano, they both went there for the same thing, right? And it kind of goes in the just, like you're saying, moving forward, or some people are sent here to battle them and going through. They both essentially did the same thing. Like they took the sacrifice, basically, they took themselves out of it. But Milano did it kind of selfishly, that he didn't have the strength to follow through to battle this thing. He just wanted an escape, right? He couldn't deal with it anymore. As opposed to Hobbs, who did the same thing, but it was for the reason of defeating the villain. Like he did it for the greater good, as opposed to, a means to an end for this villain, as opposed to I just need to get out of it. Like Milano did, easy way out.
I love these movies about good people against odds that are greater than them, brought on to them by things that aren't there. So this thing latched onto him because it saw the greatness in him and wanted to tear him down. In movies like Insidious, where you have Elise, who is played by Lynn Shay in the 4 movies, where she's just a good woman who goes out of her way to help people and put herself in extreme danger. Nothing she does is her fault. She's just helping. The Conjuring universe with the Warrens, where they take these things on them. In these kind of and even Exorcist, just the people going in there to help this girl. And I think that's what marks a very strong. That's what I like most about these supernatural movies, where it's not like, hey, Nathan, you and I are on a boat trip and we find an ancient Mayan temple and we go in, even though it's like, hey, what does that say, Nathan? Because you know what it means. Oh, it says don't go in here, you'll die. Oh, let's keep going. What's this box say? Open this box.
It says God Cavern, death awaits you. We should go look there.
What's this box say? Well, if you open this box, you're dead. Oh, hey, cool. Hey, let's read from this. If we read from this, what happens? Well, a demon comes and haunts us and kills us. Oh, yeah, let's do it. So, yeah, who am I?
I don't know.
I'm really peer
Channeled
pressuring
someone.
I'm really peer pressuring you here too. Like this guy, you're like, I'm all for it. Like you're just super chill. But,
that's okay. I'm a follower. My character in this movie is a follower.
Yeah, man. Let's do it. Nah,
maybe Nathan in the movie has a secret crush on Mark in the movie.
Bro, don't be a wimp, bro.
Just really wants to impress him. Oh, yeah, but I'm going to go and do what you want.
I don't think we
have
should.
A great time.
Oh, well, gosh, I'll just go by myself. Well, I'll come with you.
Well, I'll come. No, you shall watch your back. You always need someone to watch that back of yours. That wonderful. What?
Yeah.
I'm coming.
How's it look now? But
even better.
That guy knows why you hang around. But it's I like that though. I like that it's not dumb decisions. This is a movie where a smart man and a Milano, she's a smart woman, where she's smart enough to realize I'm gonna live by myself. If this thing gets me, it's gonna destroy my life. It's an unselfish act that she's doing. It's very unselfish, and I like that there are these good people who are trying to destroy something legit evil. And there's not many movies out there like that. And there's, don't read from the book. I'm going to read from the book. And I think that's another reason why I enjoy this movie. It's just good versus evil. Plain and simple.
I think, talking about her and Goodman, I don't remember if they mentioned, like, there's an order of us that know, like, these bigger things and that we try to do everything they could. If this movie had done better, they could have continued on with this. Like the battle against Azazel or any of these other demons, because they established a wider circle that knew about these things and maybe knew how to combat them. And if she was in contact and they were trying to keep tabs on all these things, she could have potentially passed it along, and they could have tried to go back after him or do something else. Or conversely, they would have said he's here and then gone into the shadows because they didn't want to deal with it. But
I have a question. Inner Space, right? That movie.
Yeah.
You're in somebody's body and Azazel takes it over. What's going to happen? You're cruising around someone's stomach.
I think he would have. Well, no, because we already established it. I was going to say, well, he could have like an escape plan inside his own body that he could hop in from Martin Short to Dennis Quaid, right? He could just go back and forth. But then we also said, hang on, if he's in his little, inner space ship, he won't be able to go through that. Right?
Yeah.
Like he won't be able to go through inanimate objects. So yeah, I guess the pod would just be along for the horrendous ride that's being taken upon by Azazel.
Imagine that movie. Inner Space 2. Fallen 2. Sequels.
Space.
It's 2 sequels at once. We're getting greedy.
We're running out of ideas. Fallen Space. Demons inside you.
Both of these movies didn't deserve sequels, but together they do. I'm watching that.
There you go. I think one of my favorite lines from the movie came pretty quickly, and it's just one of those. Something's always happening, right? Mm-hmm. Something's always happening, but when it happens, people don't always see it or understand it or accept it. Like there's always that disbelief, especially in the modern times. If someone's like demon, everyone's like, you're a crazy person, full of shit. So that helps him in his quest because there is all this disbelief, and no one's gonna. Even Hobbs, educated man, strong man, all this was like trying to wrap his head around this thing. He eventually got convinced based on what he saw and through his logic and not being able to explain anything else. Like he battled against this. He didn't want to believe it until it got too close to home, with his brother and everything else. And he was kind of forced to move forward, like we've been talking about.
Yeah, it's a good movie. This is a good pick, man. How do we end up on this one? You recommended it, right?
I did. We were, I don't know, it was something.
It was an MFF tournament, and you commented on it. I
think so, yeah. Someone had fallen on there, and I was like, I love that movie so much. I'll go to, and then you're just like, podcast. I said, okay.
Let's do it. Well, this was fun, man. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me again, man. I had fun the first time around. I'm 2 in, and we'll go for the hat trick.
We'll hit number 1 in Ireland next time.
Yeah, whoever's listening to the Fallen episode, and you've hearing us singing and doing all the other crap that we have been, what movie do you want to see us do?
Oh,
that'd be a good. But yeah, what movies do you guys want to see? Throw some stuff in the comments, and we'll see who comes out on top.
Mamma Mia.
Please, God, no.
I love Mamma Mia too. Oh man, Mamma Mia 2 is so good.
I have a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old, and at the beginning of this year, or like late into last year, they would not stop watching it. And when I mean they would not stop watching it, I mean they would not stop watching it. It was on multiple times throughout the day for like 2 months, and I can't listen to ABBA anymore. I can't look at Pierce Brosnan. It's just like it ruined everything for me. So so don't. People listening say like, let's mess with Nathan, give him Mamma Mia. We're not doing Mamma Mia.
We're doing Mamma Mia too.
It's a line in the sand. No Mamma Mia.
No, we're doing it.
Mama no. Mama.
I'm gonna say the guy,
Sia.
the business owner from Mamma Mia 2. All right, kisses of fire. But he made
I couldn't watch the second one. I couldn't do it.
He made a big impact.
Burnt out on the first one.
All right, well this was fun, man. Thank you for joining me.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
All right, so for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, for Nathan Leahy, this is Movies, Souls, and Flicks. We'll see you next week.
Time is on my side.
Yes, it is.